Hello there, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, you're welcome and you're a returning subscriber. I'm so happy. I feel so loved to have you here. So today we are going to be diving into data analytics and data science class. So I know that so many of you are interested in data analysis. You want to be a data analyst, you want to be a data scientist. So you are in the right place and we are about to get started. Welcome again. So these are model outline. What I will be treating, I'm going to be dropping videos every weekend. So this is my first video for this lesson. So the model outline, I'm going to be doing the introduction to data analytics, then the Microsoft Excel. Because Microsoft Excel is a very vital part for any analytical course. Before you can be a data analyst, you need to learn the basic, because Microsoft Excel was the first form of software, so first form of app used for analysis. Then we have our SQL. SQL means structured query language. It's used to query, it's used to create, edit, and query the database. Then we have our Python. I think Python is one of the most universal language that is being used currently in the world right now. But Python is used for programming, it is for analysis, and can actually be framed to different contexts. That's something so unique about Python. They are going to be using Power BI and Tableau, their visualization tools. Like when you use Power BI and Tableau, you're able to bring your visualization skills to life. And currently, we are going to be dealing with the BigQuery and cloud analytics. We are going to be dealing with big data and cloud analytics. And don't get me wrong, we are going to actually be dealing with machine learning for data analytics. And then we are going to be having the project, the capstone, and different other activities to actually keep our hand engaged and keep us active as a data analyst. So, what is data? That's the first question. If you are asked or if you enter anywhere, that's the first question someone is going to ask you. What is data? Data are raw facts. Your name, your age, your address is a data. And when you buy something online and you input your details, is a data. When you register in school and you submit your details, your name, your date of birth, your address, the course you are interested in, and so many more, they are all data. And what are data used for? Data are used by organizations to understand and be able to improve their outcome. Okay, so let me get next to the next slide. So why do business need data? This is a very serious and a very vital question. Why do business needs data? Number one is for them to make informed decision. Data eliminates like guesswork and provide like actionable insight for your businesses. And number two is increase efficiency. Imagine you're able to clean and sort a large data set with over 30,000 persons. What over 30,000 entries? What do you think it will mean? It increases the efficiency by automating an analytical streamline. Then we have better customer experience. I know most time, I'm sure in one way or the other, we make use of online service and you're like, oh, this is customer experience is really bad. Customer experience, customer support is really whack. One thing that is responsible for maybe they've not really delved deeper into checking for their customer experience and how their satisfaction. That's why when you're done buying something, when you're done using a software, they'll be like, can you rate how well we perform on a scale of 1 to 5? All this rating helps them to better understand their customer satisfaction, and be able to better position their product and services business to fit these customers. And then number three, we have higher profitability. Imagine I start up a chin chin business or a mini business, and I was able to measure, oh, this is so money that comes in from my sales. This is money I generated from sales, money I spent on digital marketing, money I spent on production, money I spent on other activities, money I spent on print, money I spent on other activities. I'll be able to actually more optimize. I'm able to get I'm able to know what is coming into my account and what is going out from my account. And that's one of the benefits of data and data in businesses. It helps for you to understand your profitability. How profitable is this business? How successful is this business? Where can will this business be successful? Okay, let me also do this business in another location. What is the possibility of its success, and which of my business branch is performing? And also it helps you in competitive advantage. Competitive advantage, you have a business that has similar competitors. Just look at the cowbell, the 3 crown milk powder, and so many more. Look at different food brands. Look at the Indomie, for an instance. Now we have the chicken onions, we have the mini me, we have so many brands. With data, you'll be able to understand your competitors. Who are those you are competing with? What is your position in the in the market? And how well are your customer? What do you need to adjust? Which new innovation do you need to bring in to better suit your customer? So now, what are essential software for data analysis? And the first thing you need to know when you are getting started at the data analysis, there are so many softwares you need to get started. And I will actually recommend having a well working laptop, because most times you are downloading data, you are cleaning data, you are analyzing the data, you need space in your system. So first thing is Microsoft Excel. I said Microsoft Excel is just the basics for data analysis. Like, is the most vital for data analysis, because most organizations still adapt to just Microsoft Excel as of now, because Microsoft Excel has actually expanded and developed over time to actually accommodate so many other functions. So Microsoft Excel is used for data cleaning, analysis, pivot tables, and visualization. Then we have the SQL, the structured query language, used for querying, managing, and analyzing relational database. Then we have our Python. Python is used for data manipulation, automation, machine learning, and visualization. Then we have our Power BI. Our Power BI is used for interactive dashboard. You want to track your sales, your organization want to track how their product is performing from days to months to weeks to year to quarter to decades, and so many more. And then it's used for business intelligence reporting. You want to generate reports based on everything that has happened in your business, what in their functionality, how you have expanded over time. Then we have Tableau. Tableau is used for data visualization and advanced analytics. Then we have our Looker. Our Looker is also used for visualization, but it's a cloud-based business intelligence software. So now we have our MongoDB. MongoDB is not SQL. So just like we have the SQL for the structured query language, MongoDB is used for non-structured, non-relational database. Then we have our BigQuery. This is in the cloud. When you all know about Google. Then we use GitHub. We use Git, and you can either have Git or GitHub desktop in your system. We use this to actually for version control, collaboration, project management, also to document our journey. And if it's one thing I'm going to leave you with is these tools help to transform data into valuable business insight. Thank you. So let's get started again on how to download the software. So this is link to download the software for the Microsoft Excel, for the SQL. I'm going to be creating separate videos on the process of downloading the Microsoft Excel, the SQL, the Power BI, the Python, the Tableau, the Looker, the MongoDB, the Git, and the GitHub. So now, what are steps in data analytics? Just data analytics, they follow the structured approach to uncover meaningful insights. So we have to define the problem. What is the problem? Collect the data. Okay, now I want to analyze how education system in Nigeria is performing, or how education system in West Africa is performing. That is a problem. So now that I've defined the problem, now to collect the data, what type of data am I collecting? Which method am I using to collect my data? Oh, I want to collect data from schools, and I want to also collect data from students. I want a mixed experience, having both the stakeholders information, stakeholders feel about development, how will the population be about the development in the education system. Then after that, you collect your data, you have to clean and prepare the data. I feel like most of the work we'll be doing as a data analytics is going to be spent on data cleaning and preparation. You clean the data and you prepare it for to analyze it, to visualize it, or for predictive analytics, and so many more. So with that, let's get started. So what are types of data analytics? I know most times we all know, oh, I want to create charts, I want to create a dashboard. Actually, these are actually grouped into different sections. We have the descriptive. The descriptive is what happened. Okay, I'm checking this data to know what really happened in this organization. That's an example of a descriptive data analytics. Descriptive actually summarize past data like the sales report, your web traffic analysis, and so many more. And most tools we use in descriptive, we use our Excel, we use our SQL, Power BI, Tableau. Then we have diagnosing. Why did it happen? When there's a difference between what happened and why did it happen. Diagnosis is why did it happen? What this performance? What influenced this performance? What are the contributing factors to this performance? And then we actually identify the reason behind trends and patterns. We use correlation, regression analysis, and so many more. Then some of the tools we use is the SQL and the Python, and two majorly use Python libraries, the Pandas and the NumPy. Yeah. So now we have predictive analysis. Predictive is you are predicting what will happen. So now if you notice, I've been able to group this data analysis into four sections. What happened, which is descriptive, why did it happen, which is diagnostic, what will happen, which is predictive, and what should we do, which is prescriptive. So what happened, why did it happen, what will happen, and what should we do. So now predictive analytics is what will happen. So now in what will happen, we use machine learning and statistical model to forecast outcomes. What will happen in the next 2 3 years if sales remains like this? What will happen based on the past history, based on the past trend in our businesses? So example is customer prediction. How can you predict customer acquisition? Okay, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, you are going to have so amount of customers. In the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, you are going to have so amount of persons. And then we have our prescriptive. What should we do? This suggests the best course of action. We use our Power BI and our Python, like use for recommendation to actually what do you think you can improve, and so understanding data is important. I said data is raw facts. They are number or information collected for reference analysis. And data can also be structured into a database, and it can be unstructured like the text, images like JSON file, and so many more. And we have two types of data. We have the quantitative and the qualitative. When you say quantitative, it's gotten from the word quantity, what can be quantified, and the qualitative is what is descriptive, customer reviews, survey response, and so many more. So what are the common data types in analytics? We have the numeric, the categorical, we have the date and time, and we have the complex data type like the list and array, the dictionary, just like JSON file. And okay, for the numeric data, one thing you need to know, numeric data, when you hear numbers are, they can be integer, they can be floats, they can be decimal, and so many more. And we have categorical data, we have the string, especially when you are typing, when you want to type your name, you put it in quotation when we are working with Python, because that is a string. While we have the boolean is either true or false. True means one, zero means false. Then we have the date and time, like your calendar, the timestamp, the specific time, and then I think we've talked about the complex data type. So let's keep moving on. So we need to understand the data types and their structures. Like the numerical data types, they are quantitative and they are integers. Some are integers, they can be float, and the example is sales figures, the price, the selling price, the cost price, and so many more. And then we have our categorical data. Those ones are qualitative, like the labels category, such as, yeah, is she a female? Are you a male or a female? Are you a work citizen, and so many more? Those are like categorical. They used to categorize you into different sections. And then we have our boolean, which is either true or false. If this is true, then it's true. If this is false, then it's false. And we actually use different logical operation when it gets to boolean actually. So let's not get ourselves convinced at this time. So let's continue. So we have our tabular data store like our SQL, we have our JSON, and we have our big data. So this is an example of a raw data. This is a raw data, and if you look at this data looks so messed up. It looks so messed up. So now if I'm going to be saying anything, one thing you need to know is these are different data type, data type, different data structure. If you look at this is the ID for the organization. So this is the ID of each of the content ID, the user ID is like a specific numbering. So this does not really affect it. So let me just clean it up. So let's continue. So this category is meant to be test. This category is meant to be test. This is text because everything there is text, and this type is text because everything is text. This is going to be under general because it has combination of both letters and numbers. And for this example, it is a URL and so more. And this is the example of data formatting Excel, and then this example of data format in Power BI. If you look at the Excel, we have so many formats. We have the general, we have the number, we have the currency, we have the accounting. Accounting are like how your accounting also act like the data type. By the time we'll get deeper, you'll be able to understand in subsequent videos. We have the fractions, the text, the special, and the custom. And for the Power BI, we have so many data structures too. Power BI, we have the text, we have the decimal, we have the fixed decimal, we have the date, we have the time, we have the URL. So many data type, like so many data type. But with time, as you keep practicing and practicing, you get used to these different data types and which context they are used for, how you have to restructure your data, how you have to clean up your data and make sure that you need right and the correct data type. So let's not dwell on that and move on to the next one. So data collection and cleaning basic. So your data can come from different sources. That's what you need to know. Our source can be in an Excel, a CSV file. You can actually have to scrape your data. Sometimes we have to scrape our data directly from the website. It can be from the databases like the SQL database or the MongoDB database. And it can also be from the API like the web data, the financial data market, and so many more. And there are different ways to actually clean our data. Number one thing when we are cleaning our data is actually to check for blanks. But most times some datas are not well or properly filled. We check for blanks. That is the number one step as a data analyst. When you want to clean your data, you check for blanks, and then you make sure you remove your duplicates. Most time when you are trying to check for a unique value, a unique this, you have to most time you have to remove duplicates, analyze this, to structure this where you want, and then you have to correct inconsistency like the date format, your spelling error, the data types, and so many. You have to correct so many inconsistency if your data has that such type of inconsistency actually. So this is an example continuation. This is an example. So dealing with missing blanks, how do we deal with missing blanks? This is a very vital thing as a data analyst. How do you deal with missing blanks? Imagine you have so many data and you have so many missing blanks. How do you deal with it? And one thing about working with data is as when the database is being created, there are some features they put into place to ensure data needed data are collected, which is a required button. Have you noticed when you're filling an online form, when you try to submit, they said no, you cannot submit because there's a mandatory field you are yet to fill. So now to calculate, you are going to be using the count if, or you're going to be doing the manual selection. Okay, so these are online keyboard. I think we are going to stop here today. Then watch out for my YouTube channel for next videos on data analytics. This is going to be the part one. Then the part two is coming in right away. In the part two, I'm going to be going to Excel purely and be explaining everything I've started explaining since. Yeah. So see you soon and have a nice day. Thank you. Welcome to my channel again, and thank you. Subscribe from time to time. I'm going to be updating this channel more.